The story of Samuel, the last judge and the man who anointed kings. Before Israel ever had a crown, before a king sat on any throne, the nation was guided by judges, leaders raised by God in times of crisis. And the final, greatest of these was a boy who once heard his name whispered in the night, Samuel. Samuel's story began with tears. His mother, Hannah, could not have children. In anguish, she prayed at the tabernacle in Shiloh and vowed, "Lord, give me a son, and I will give him back to you." God heard. She conceived. She named the boy Samuel, meaning God has heard. And when he was old enough, she kept her vow and delivered him to the priest Eli, so Samuel could serve God for life. While the lamp still burned, Samuel heard a voice, "Samuel." Thinking it was Eli, he ran to the priest. But Eli had not called. 3 times the voice came. Then Eli understood. It was God. He taught Samuel to answer, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." From that night onward, Samuel became the prophet of Israel, God's mouthpiece to the nation. As Samuel grew, corruption spread. Eli's sons were wicked. The people drifted. Philistine armies pressed Israel hard. But God raised Samuel to lead, rebuke, pray, and judge. He called Israel to repentance. He prayed, and thunder scattered the Philistines. Under Samuel's leadership, Israel returned to God. He became the last judge of Israel, closing the era of judges and preparing the nation for kings. People grew restless. "We want a king like other nations." Samuel was grieved. God was their king. Yet God told him to listen. So Samuel warned them. A king would take sons for war, daughters for labor, fields for taxes. But Israel insisted. And so Samuel was sent to find the man who would wear the first crown. Samuel anointed Saul, son of Kish, tall, impressive, strong. Oil poured on his head, a kiss on his cheek, and words that marked destiny. "Has not the Lord anointed you ruler over his people?" Saul began well, victories, leadership, promise. But pride and disobedience poisoned his reign. He offered unlawful sacrifices. He ignored God's commands. Samuel spoke the sentence, "To obey is better than sacrifice. The Lord has rejected you as king." It broke Samuel's heart. God sent Samuel to Bethlehem, to the house of Jesse. The prophet watched 7 strong sons pass by, none chosen. Then came the 8th, a shepherd boy smelling of sheep, young, overlooked, David. God whispered, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Samuel poured the oil. The Spirit of God rushed upon David. The boy with a sling would one day carry a kingdom. The prophet who would not compromise Samuel never bowed to pressure, never softened truth, never sold holiness for popularity. When Saul grabbed his robe in despair, it tore, and Samuel declared, "The kingdom has been torn from you and given to another." He walked away not from Saul, but toward God's will. Samuel lived to see one king fall and another rise. And when he died, all Israel mourned, because he was a miracle child, a prophet to nations, the last judge, the voice that shaped monarchy, the man who crowned 2 kings, and the servant who listened when God called. Samuel's life began with a whisper in the night and changed the destiny of a kingdom forever.